Hi, I'm Melissa. I'm an acoustic designer here at GIK. Today we're going to be transforming my studio from this to this. I help people design their studios, home theaters, and listening rooms. If you would like free advice for your space, go to gikacoustics.com, fill out a form, and we will get back with you. Some of the challenges that we come across designing a space like this, especially in a domestically sized room, is usually space. Sound has size. Some sound is very, very physically large, and you need a lot more space than you'd think. So that's usually the biggest challenge, is having enough space to fit the treatment that we need to fix the problems that we would want to fix. I've chosen to face this wall to my left when I'm at my mix position. I've got a window to deal with. To my right, I have half of a wall that then goes into more of a room. When designing any space, you have to get your goals in mind. What are you trying to achieve? For me, in this room, this will be my percussion recording studio, and it will also be where I do my mixing and mastering. It's all going to be in one room, and I'm going to need it to work for recording, percussion, and mastering. Whereas typically, those things might be done in a different room. We have products that we can make it work in one room. In order to design and treat your room, we need a couple of things. We need to know the dimensions of the space and any obstacles, windows, doors, etc. And we need a tool like our visualizer app that we use, Roomel. What Roomel allows us to do is to draw your room and then virtually treat it with our GIK products. So we can see exactly what will fit where, and it will give you a really good sense of how the room will look and feel. Now that we know where everything's going, let's get started on the install. This is our soffit trap. This is going in my corners, and this is likely what I will recommend you to use in your corners as well. This is our biggest and thickest bass trap. It's 17 inches thick, 4 feet tall, and available in a wide range of colors to match basically any style and taste. We're also going to be using a lot of sound blocks in here. Sound blocks are great because they're modular. We're going to be using basically 2 different configurations in here. I've got some that are stacked with no diffusion plates on them, and some that have our 2DA diffusion plates. They also slide very easily. You can move them around the room when needed, and this makes them very versatile, especially for an all-in-one room. The reason I've got different configurations going on is because I want pure absorption in my areas of first reflections or early reflections, and these are gonna go basically everywhere else. I'm using the 2DA plates on these because we're going to be recording a lot of percussion. We're gonna be recording different spots in the room, and we're gonna have sound coming from all angles. That's why I'm using our 2D as opposed to our 1D. And I also want these rather than pure absorption because I want to keep some of the overtones in the, I want to keep all of the overtones and the harmonics coming from the drums that we want to hear. So these are going to be heavily used in the back of my room. And as I said, pure absorption in the area of first reflection on my sides and the ceiling. On the ceiling, I'm going to be using 3 different products. I'm going to be using our Impression series with the braids plate, in addition to more alphas and monsters. I'm also going to be using our cloud brackets, which I've pre-installed, and this is going to make installation very easy. The reason that I'm going to be using different products on the ceiling as well is the same as I described with the sound blocks. In my mixing position, in the area of first reflections, I'm going to have pure absorption. In the back of the room and on the sides, I'm going to have scattering and more 2D diffusion to make sure that we don't over dampen those harmonics and resonances that we're after with some of the percussion instruments we're playing. We hope you found this video enjoyable, and if you want to do something similar, or if you even have any questions about this space, please feel free to give us a call, give us an email, and we'll get back to you.